Hey everyone, welcome back to more VampYr. Now, before we do family portraits, there's a few things I wanted to do. So I've done a bit of exploring, healed some people. I found the Braille or Braille, or I think it's Braille, whichever way, so we can update, continue the occult Oculus. So basically, what happens is you take this stuff back to Mason. And he tells you of the location of a laboratory, which you can find if you explore, but you can't enter, and because you need a code. And that's the door we're at right now. And that is over here. There is a beast and pre-one guarding around the place, so you just have to be a bit careful. Why have I just done that? While I was wandering around, I was healing to Darius. There was a new hint that got pulled out, which basically we're asking why he was on the streets, and he just basically, because he blamed us because we stopped Nurse Crane from doing her job of being a nurse, and so she turned. She became a skull, so we just had to get rid of her for the sake of the district, and Darius blames us for that. So he says he'd prefer to just be on the streets and help people as best he can, which I suppose I can't really blame him in that sense. So that was interesting. There's a new dialogue as well with Dr. Swansea as well. We're going to be talking to Shay Shun because we finally get to actually talk to her, but that's back in Whitechapel, so I'm going to do a long way around because I'll have to take this back. The Braille basically was talking about an experimental cure for blindness, which was developed by the, what was it called again? The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stoll Laboratory. So yeah, that was. So I've cleared through a couple of other sections as well. So. Yeah. Oh, and that. I must explain that. Just completely forgot about that. Basically, the part where you have to. I cleared out. You have to clear out the area in order to access the Braille, basically, of both Skull and Prewin, which takes a bit of time, depending on what level you are. And actually, you can kill almost 3 birds with 1 stone. Because you also get to do the mission as well, or at least update the mission, which is the gourmets. Was it a lone gourmets? Can't even remember what it's called, but it's about that lone gourmet side mission, and there's basically a menu in that little shopping mall, and it gives you a menu about a special style of food or style of eating, and it's an update which you can inform them, but we'll go back and talk about that when we go back to the region. I'll just show what I'm talking about. So here around this area as well is that menu. It'll be on the bottom floor. It'll be one of those flashing markers, you'll see it, and I found something very interesting when I was there as well. I found was it this one? Yeah, it was a double-barreled shotgun as well, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. So when I've got the ability, I'm going to upgrade that, because that's a hell of a lot more powerful than this. So, although I was reading online about the game as well, VampYr, and they're basically just saying there's a whole, from this point onwards, apparently there's a whole lot of boss fights, which is kind of epic. But yeah, apparently there's some more weapons as well to collect, so yeah, might have to be a bit careful when I actually choose to upgrade. Right, let's search through this place anyway. Oh, it wasn't my imagination. I thought that was an illusion there. What the hell is this? Oh, that's... Oh!
I have this first
Wait. I was right. Anything else I need to collect before I go upstairs? Nope. Apparently there's a laboratory or something up here. Oh, sorry. Skip past that. Didn't mean to. I'll let you have a read of that. Be back in a second. Wow, there's quite a few entries. Wow. Oh yeah, okay, so there we go. Oh my god, there's stuff concerning Dr. Swansea. Wow. Oh. Usher Talltree. Huh. My god, there's some sort of massive conspiracy going on if I've read this correctly. Wow. Huh. No. Trying to find what we just found. Yeah. Excuse me. I'm assuming it's this. Not something I've read before. So, and I can't remember what it was you're trying to find. Anyway. Isn't there something over here, or is that just... Keep the diary. Okay, fastest way through the cemetery. Okay. Oh, crap.
I can't believe I'm doing this?
So we fill up on blood. Come on.
I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable.
Right. Follow a road, turn right to the entrance and keep going all the way up.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Okay, that was fairly quick and easy. Good. Turn here. Okay. Yes, load, why don't you? Is it that?
Good evening, Mr. Swanborough. Is it you, Dr. Reed? Please come in.
So, something else I also found interesting when we did the observation is that did this spying mission. I'm not sure if I showed you. Might have gone to. I do apologise if I didn't show you that. Anyway, there was an eavesdrop where because he's actually quite smart and all that, he's quite a very, very bright guy. He's just blind.
You see the world these days.
He actually is the creator of the elixir, or this supposed placebo, experimental placebos going around the district. His sister is selling.
How do you see the
Actually
world
created by
these
him
days?
because of the that's where all the chemistry set is. It's because he's the one doing the elixir. Just thought I should tell you.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
We could keep it, but there's no need for it, so you can have it.
I have found the secret laboratory, and I have the formula. And the author of the diary, did you meet him? Yes. He was badly disfigured. Nothing more than a beast. And I cannot guarantee it wasn't connected to his experiments. I don't care. Give me the formula, Doctor.
Yeah, I'll let you try and get rid of your blindness. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, I think.
Here it is. But please, be very careful. You're entering uncharted territories here. This is what science has always been about, Dr. Reed. Thank you so much. I can't say it's been a pleasure, but we're both scientists, and I am grateful you asked me to undertake this search for you. I have something for you, then. It is the most precious thing I have to give. Even more important than the Swanborough secret recipe. There is really no need for payment. Please have it, Dr. Reed, I insist. I'm sure you'll find it more useful than I would.
Salicid. Okay, interesting.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
So there you go, he told you even then he was the
What kind of gentleman pays
author
visits
of
to
the
people
secret
at this
recipe.
late hour?
1,000, okay. Next stop is Whitechapel. Now we're gonna find Shay Shun, wherever the hell she is. There was one place I remember. Ooh, be careful. Oh god. I'd prefer not to get into a fight if I can avoid it. Now there are Echoing around here that I do recall, so I'm going to use this ability. Get past them. Nice and swiftly. Cancel. There we go. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. If anyone doesn't know where that quote's from, Lamely Jabbly. Watch Only Fools and Horses, it's a British comedy series. And then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Good comedy. Something you might have to get a little bit used to, but yeah.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right? It's not my fault, Baron.
Where the hell is she? This could be interesting, John. Oh, now she's. I did spot her one time next to. Ah, we got lucky. Perfect.
Good evening, Xiaoshu.
Wang Shanghao, Dr. Reed. It's good to see you again.
How is the sanitary situation evolving?
My only relief is that my Matthew died before seeing the madness that approaches. I'm afraid we won't survive this trial, Dr. Reed.
Why don't you move to a better neighborhood?
I thought about it, I confess. To go back to the same empty home every day still hurts me a lot.
Why stay here then?
I am a woman of habit, Dr. Reed. And for now, I am happier being useful in a familiar place than I would be anywhere else.
Oh, fair enough. I'm sure we can relate to her in some way.
What are you doing with your time now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to help the poor and sick of the neighborhood by handing out medicine.
Which one do we choose first? Don't suppose it matters, really.
That's very charitable of you. But why do it at night?
I've noticed that the most desperate people tend to go out after dark. Hence my presence, to help them when I can.
Giving out medicine? How can you afford to do that?
I am a rich widow, Dr. Reed. My departed husband left me enough money to last the rest of my life. I can spend some on those who don't have any.
That's extremely charitable indeed.
Do you still think about your departed husband?
Of course I do. I'll never forget my beloved Matthew, but how do I put it? Now I miss him more than I want him back.
I know what you mean. And I think it means you're getting better.
Maybe death will take me the way it took Matthew, without warning and without mercy. But until then, I live on.
Good morals.
How do you feel now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to follow your advice, sir. I won't forget the dead, but my efforts will be for the living.
Yeah. Wise attitude. Yeah.
I've no doubt. That is a wise and useful attitude in this part of town.
To be completely honest with you, I'm also doing this for myself. If I'm destined to survive this epidemic, I need my life to have some purpose.
Hey! Oh, got the right one. Beautiful.
Goodbye for now.
So that we... Oh, God. Now, let's find the most direct way out.
We distribute flowers at this hour.
No, you'd be surprised. Right, let's see if we can not get lost. That one. Oh, God. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I mean, how many times I go through this place, I've already gotten lost. Oh dear, I'm already lost. Right, where the hell are we going? Oh dear. Ah! There it is! Oh God! And here's me thinking I've got a good sense of direction. I'll tell you what, that's... On screen in game, that's when I lose my sense of direction. Off screen, I'm usually fine. Oh, that's ironic.
There's safer places to be than here. Crush the leads, boys!
Come on, get through there. Not interested in fighting one of those things. Oh, yes, that's it. Yep. That's really what we didn't need. Come on. God's sake. Right, let's go and talk to Swansea. And upgrade anything that needs upgrading. Migraine, headaches. Yeah, I'll do another cold. Opium. Yeah, let's do another one of that. Double barrel. Now, do we have enough for that? Nope. Okay. Anything slightly more remarkable? Yes, pun intended. Yes. Some opium, that's... Oh my god, there's so many of these, wow! Oh. Holy crap! Oh. Wow. Well, we're no shortage of health serums or stamina serums, that's it. Serums. God! Get the words out of my mouth. No, don't care.
It's locked.
Damn. Damn things are still locked. Oh, that's a shame. Ooh, that thing... Oh, that's locked as well. Oh, for God's sake. Never mind. Right, let's go and talk to Swansea. Apparently got some new dialogue with him.
Hello, Jonathan. How are things on the West End front?
Complicated, my friend. The rich and powerful feel threatened by the disease and have asked me to put an end to it.
Yes. It is odd how resolving a crisis suddenly increases in urgency when it affects those who matter.
Does the Brotherhood of St. Paul know anything about the Ascalon Club?
Well, I'm afraid that's unlikely. Ascalon is a sensitive topic, and whatever material the Brotherhood has, I may not have access to.
Who could answer me then?
Usher Talltree, our current primate, may be the only one able to answer you. He's a discreet man who lives in the West End.
So the one that was killed. Huh. I'm pretty sure that's the same guy, or was it a different one?
Do you know Aloysius Dawson, the famous tycoon, is well versed in vampire and occult knowledge?
No, I did not. But that is no surprise. For half a century, it has been quite the trend for English nobility to join secret societies and occult circles.
Did he contact the Brotherhood of St. Paul? Try to join your group?
It would not surprise me, but I am certain he's never been a member.
But Aloysius Dawson is only a rich merchant.
Yes, richer than Croesus. Wealth is more respected than title these days, even in England.
Sadly, back then, at times that was actually the case.
It looks like the epidemic is spreading to the western districts of London. I am trying to locate the source of the infection.
It won't be an easy task, my friend. This disease is highly contagious.
Since this epidemic is evidently linked to the vampire curse, we must find the original carrier to understand where it comes from.
I admire your logic, Jonathan, but be careful. Rationality, when it comes to your kind, is not always a reliable lens.
Do you not think epidemiology could be helpful in this matter? To retrace the origin of infection through time and topology?
If anyone can perform such a miracle, it will be you, Dr. Reed.
Flattery won't get you too far, mate. That's the truth.
Thank you for your time, Edgar.
Okay. Just trying to find the easiest way through. Actually, I'll tell you what we will do. Oh, we got those. Actually, we'll do those two. We're going to need an episode in itself for the main mission, I think, so we'll take care of some side missions. I did actually find out, when I was researching the game, I actually found out, was it going, nope, wrong way. I found out that when you get to a certain point in the game, you can't actually do, let me rephrase that. When you get to a certain point in terms of through the main missions, you're unable to access any unfinished side missions. So that's kind of why I'm being quite diligent at the moment about all this. Because I would very much like to finish most of these side missions, if not all of them, so it's quite important to me actually, so because it helps expand the story as well, so are you following us? Nope. At least not yet. Okay, keep going. So you follow this road all the way through.
Easy got it, boys. We can deal with this first. Hey, leeches!
Come on, load already, for God's sake. Seriously. Thank you. This should be open. Thank you. Okay.
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
say to you, Johnny, I'm not a well man.
Clarence, why have you distributed leaflets about vampires all across the West End?
I have to warn everybody about them. They've killed thousands of people already, unnoticed thanks to the epidemic. We are all in danger here.
Vampires in London? Come on, Clarence. Who's going to believe that?
I'm not mad, Jonathan. You have to believe me. I know they are real. They're all around us, even as we speak.
More so than you'll know. Sake of, I'm actually gonna say I believe him.
Clarence, you've always been a reliable and a good friend to me. If you say you saw a vampire, then I believe you.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for your trust. You don't know what that means to me.
It's all right. But if you want my help, you have to explain exactly what happened.
The first time it was in Rouen. I saw an officer drink the blood of a soldier. I saw its teeth. I saw it bite. It was a vampire, Johnny, and they're here too.
Ah.
Tell me what you have discovered about vampires, Clarence.
They've always been here. If you search for long enough, you realize others know about these devils too. I'm not alone.
What do you mean you're not alone? Who have you met?
The Guard of Prewin, the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, Ichabod Throgmorton. Those names always pop up when you dig deep enough.
Have you spoken with any of them?
No. With the quarantine, it's almost impossible to leave the West End. But as a doctor, maybe you could, Johnny.
Are you asking me to help you prove the existence of vampires, Clarence?
Yes, Johnny. Please, gather all the information you can find about vampires and bring it to me. You're the only friend I have left. I need you.
Oh, great, another one.
Have you shared your research with anybody else?
No. But I've published my leaflets all across the city, hoping that someday someone will realize I'm printing the truth.
Clarence, tell me about the vampire you saw in France.
I was enjoying my leave in Rouen. I left the bar, took a shortcut back to the barracks. I saw it in a back alley. An officer in a stained uniform, biting into a soldier's neck.
Did you ever see that officer again?
No. He wore the uniform of the Royal Warwickshire Regiment. I did some research but found no trace of him. He probably stole it from a previous victim.
But you were drunk, weren't you? Are you sure these two men were not just kissing?
Please don't insult me, Johnny. I hid, and I saw him leave. Then I saw the body, drained of all blood. I've seen the same marks here in London since I've returned.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Ah. Surprise for London's lone gourmet. Ha! Right. So tell them about the restaurant.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. A great night, what?
I have found a restaurant that could satisfy you, Mr. Russell. The most intriguing and exotic restaurant in London.
Really? You have piqued my interest. Where is it?
It's a place where you eat in complete darkness and try to identify your meal without anything but your palate.
My, oh my, how interesting. It could even be fun to eat a little poisson et frites that way. Oh, thank you, Dr. Reed. Please, have this for your research.
Oh, wow! Oh, I was just thinking.
I may have a look at your goods, Mr. Russell.
Oh, wow. No look at trigger parts we can get, frankly. Wow. At some point I'm probably just gonna sell these common trigger parts so I can actually afford the other stuff as well, I think. At some point. Now I also figured out how to access another investigation as well. Where is it? Okay, wow. Ah, okay. So it's just basically articles. Okay, well, look, I'm probably not gonna overlook. If we find them while we're just doing missions, I'll probably tell them. Otherwise, I'm not gonna break my back just trying. I'm not gonna waste time trying to find all of them. So there are other more worthy ones around here anyway. So let's do this one. I thought it was going in the right direction. Now this one here, the way to get up top there is actually going through the house. Just so you're aware.
Hello, Venus.
I'll show you what I mean.
You're always welcome here, but at this hour of night.
Well, we're going to be out of there very, very shortly, Venus. Don't worry. So you can come out of here. Come on. And up here. And here. We have to search the room. I've looted a little bit, but I've left the main investigation, so... Oh my god. She's dating a vampire. Oh god.
Emily wanted to become a vampire. Something must have gone wrong. Someone is responsible for this mess. But blood. I should follow the trail.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question.
I'm the Marquis de Boiscolon, and I strongly invite you to find your own game, sir.
I appreciate the invitation, but I'm here to solve the mystery concerning the death of a young woman killed by a vampire.
A young woman killed by a vampire? Oh, you're joking, right? Oh, I do love the British sense of humor.
And who exactly are you?
I am Jacques-Michel Guillaume Florimond, the Marquis de Boiscolon, at your service, my dear cousin.
Oh god. Talk about long names. You know, the last time I heard a long French name like that was in, ironically, another game associated with vampires and all this thing was the Order 1886, and there was a guy that went through initiation, and he had literally a name that was like 8 words long. It was unbelievable, if not 10. Wow, the French have a flair for long names.
Dear cousin, are we related?
We could be of the same blood, my dear. I tend to consider all Egons as family, don't you?
You're French, but your English is quite good.
I was born in France, sir, but I consider myself a traveler of this world. So many countries, so many tantalizing tastes.
Sorry about that blinker. Probably should have taken that bastard out, but never mind.
What are you doing here?
I recently decided to visit London. I've always dreamed of visiting a city on the verge of collapse. Such a delicate yet intense spectacle.
What do you plan to do here?
Take pleasure. Take pictures. Enjoy the show. Have fun. Believe me, I won't be the only foreign immortal who bought a ticket to the fair.
You take pleasure from others' misery.
I have been a totally depraved and immoral creature since the day I was reborn, sir. And probably before.
I followed the trail of blood from her room to here.
Oh, you're referring to that young woman. Yes, the meeting turned messy. I'm afraid I ruined my last wedding coat.
So you admit you murdered her?
I admit nothing, my good sir. I only regret the blood of that girl staining my clothes. Oh, blood can be so messy.
What happened?
She wanted to become one of us. Not the first time I have received such a proposal, but I must admit her direct approach tempted me.
And then what?
Her body rejected my blood. It happens, you know, sometimes even with voluntary prey. At least her gurglings brought me some fun, until the artery burst.
Vampires will be vampires.
I believe you, sir. Emily's diary confirms your statement.
Oh, Emily was her name. Quite charming. Well, mystery solved then.
Yes, I suppose so. You can go.
And so can you. Farewell, sir. May you enjoy the spectacle of this fallen city as much as I do.
Was he a new character? No, he's not a new character. Okay. Just some random person in the game. Fair enough. Actually, what I'll do is I'll get rid of this locator mark. I no longer need it, so
They're all around you.
Women die too in this war.
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
I have found out what happened to your friend, Emily.
I can handle the truth. There's no need to hide the bloody details.
Your friend was planning to become a vampire. She thought she'd met an honest one and made a deal with him. Unfortunately, Emily did not survive the process.
My mother told me many times about the risks of being turned. I often suspected she exaggerated the danger to avoid me being tempted.
No, the risk is real. Have you any idea what a body has to endure to become an organism entirely consumed by its need to process and recombine blood?
I should never have talked to Emily about vampires. I never thought she'd actually try it without me. Thank you, sir. Here, take this for your discretion.
Oh, okay.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Right. We just got a perfect steak. Wow. 35. Impressive. Now this one here, excuse me, is we have to get this part along a main mission, possibly. I did look into finding out because we went to a location. It's actually underground, which you can only access while on a main mission. So we'll have to wait with that one. So, yeah. I mean, I do this research just so I can let you know. So when you play the game, at least you know. At least you have an idea. Oh, I have to wait to do this for that to happen. So keep informed. Anyway, we're going to end it here. Next time, we will be going and investigating the source of the epidemic. See you then.